All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to our show. Whether you're listening to us on the radio or the podcasting sites, we thank you and we hope you follow us on, again, whether it's the internet or on the radio. We do have a special guest today. So excited to have her on. She's been a phenomenal football player, since high school, maybe before that. We'll talk a little bit about the high school journey to University of Florida and the winning that she's done at the University of Florida in flag football. Again, she is number 8 on that flag football team, the captain of the University of Florida flag football team. This is Mieke Rowe, and she's going into her senior season. Mieke, so glad to have you on to talk about such an important sport that's really growing throughout our country.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
All right, so let's kick it around. Talk about when you were a wee little baby. Is that when you started getting getting into flag football, or did it start later? Was it a brother thing, a family thing? What was it?
My mom went to the University of Florida, so I followed college football growing up, and
Right.
then going into middle school, it was like introduced as a new sport in seventh grade. So I was like, hey, like I might as well try it just for fun, and like I kind of know what's going on because I've watched college football. So that's kind of how I got into flag football.
So obviously, we know there's no tackling. You got to grab the flag. But how is regular football different from flag football and vice versa?
Well, I mean, it's a completely different game. I mean, obviously, we have seven people on the field. Football has 11. And just like when it comes down to different play concepts and different defensive concepts, there's a lot of different things that we're running in flag as opposed to actual tackle football.
So who's calling the plays? Obviously, you're the quarterback, you're the stud out there.
Mhm.
Are you calling the plays from I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I know you're a Tampa girl, so I'm hoping
Yes.
you're also a Tom Brady person as a Bucks
Yes.
fan. Okay, very good. So, we think of Tom Brady. I'm a Patriots guy from that neck of the woods originally, now down here in Florida. But we look at Tom Brady as the little the play calls on there and he's looking. Is that what you're doing as well?
Kind of. So in the fall, we have Coach Saunders is with us, and whenever Coach Saunders is with us, he 100% calls plays because I mean
Okay.
he's been doing this for so long. I mean he's a mastermind at it. Now in the springtime, he is focused on high school season, so he can't come up to Gainesville as much. So there are some tournaments where I have to go and call my own plays.
Oh,
But
wow.
obviously, I've had great high school coaches and college coaches that have taught me how to do it, so it's not too much of a problem.
So talk about that. So obviously he's not in Gainesville consistently. So you'll have games without a coach sometimes. Is that what you're saying? Or am I misconstruing that?
No, you're exactly right. In the
Oh, wow.
springtime, we'll have games, and he's not able to make it because he's doing the high school stuff.
Right.
So we do have games in the spring where we're without a coach.
So how does that play? Because obviously you're not just taking on quarterback responsibilities, you're also taking on who's in the game, coaching them up, coaching yourself up. That's going to be a lot of pressure to have on yourself.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, like I'm with a group of an amazing girls, and every single girl, they're very smart and they're super good at problem solving. And I kind of focus on offense, and then our other captain, Maddie, she focuses on defense, so she handles the subs and helping defense out and calling defensive calls, and then I'll focus on offense and calling offense. And I also have a great other quarterback. Her name's Abby. She helps me so much with figuring out what's going on with the defense, what plays will work when. So I truly have a great group of girls I'm surrounded with that make the job without a coach super easy.
Let's talk about and kind of we drifted to high school, but back to college. We're going to go back to high school again. And you had a great career at Alonzo High School, winning the state championship there. Tell the audience about, the magical career you had in high school so far, not just to mention the magical career you've had so far in college with the University of Florida.
Yeah, I mean, going into high school, I was lucky to go into an established program. They had won a state championship before I had even gotten there. And then Coach Hernandez really just took a chance on me playing quarterback and kind of developed me as a person and a player. And I think that he's probably the reason I am who I am today and the reason I am so successful.
So you obviously stated that your mom went to University of Florida.
hmm
Obviously, that played into why you went there. Was flag football also a reason why you went there as well?
Yeah, so Coach Hernandez, my high school coach, and Coach Saunders, who's my coach now, they're very good friends. So Coach Saunders had kind of reached out to me when I was in the process of making my decision of what college to go to, saying, "Hey, we're here, we're an established program. We would love to have you play." And they've won national championships before I had gotten there. So again, I was going into a really good program with an amazing coach. So it kind of just persuaded my decision even more.
So I'm in Orlando, but I'm always on the campus over there. Where do you guys play on campus, and what's that atmosphere like during the games? Do you have, a group of parents that, there may be in-state locals that do come and watch the game? Do you draw some young kids that come to the games that maybe play in high school or middle school that want to watch a great team play? What's that like?
Yeah, so we don't have many home games just because it's kind of hard to like
Yeah.
host a bunch of teams, but we do have one tournament in October called Swamp Bowl every year where it's this huge tournament where we have over 20 high schools, over 15 colleges come and play, and I think that's where we get most of our parents, friends. We do have little kids that will come and watch us during that tournament, especially because the high school teams are already there. So I feel like we do have a good support system.
But you play in the swamp?
No, no, no. We just call it Swample. We play in our like recreational fields.
Okay. All right. I was just curious of where that was at because, I'm assuming that I was like, maybe they play at the Diz, but I was like, no, I don't think so. But anyways, at least you clarified it. Again, for people listening, it is Mieke Rowe here. She is into her senior year, so now she's the senior quarterback at University of Florida for their flag football team and number 8 on the fields. Definitely check her out. So when we talk about playing as far as competition in flag football. Obviously, Florida is pristine with flag football competition, not just because you were there, but as you stated, they've been good before you even were there. Talk about the competition around as far as the other teams. We've talked about UCF in our previous interview and how good they are, but what about these other teams around the country?
Yeah, I would say, like as you said, Florida schools, I feel like are dominant in flag football. I feel like we were established in flag football first, so we have
Mhm.
that kind of skill level and that base. I would say definitely UGA is another one. They are very good. They have a great program in flag football. FSU, I know we mentioned UCF. FSU has a good program. They're very talented. Now, when we went to Arizona, we were able to experience like other teams around the world, and I would say I was very impressed by Arizona State, was very good. Um, I'm trying to think of who else. Alabama State, they are a
Right.
D1 program, but they are also very good too.
So again, I know it's not like an NCAA sanctioned sport. It's like a club team, and you can
Well,
correct. Go ahead, correct me.
oh, I was gonna say it is it technically it's an NCAA sanctioned sport, just we're
Okay.
waiting for the University of Florida to add it.
Okay, so how is the growth with that? Because obviously you've been here for 4 years now, or going into 4 years now. And, we're seeing flag football really on the growth. I mean, Tom Brady's out there throwing the football in Los Angeles. They're trying to make it, if they haven't already, uh, 2028 a sport. As far as that goes, they were talking about if there's NFL players or non-NFL players playing. Anyways, the list goes on and on for that. How has it grown with the university in general? Because, there's a lot of winning at University of Florida, but you would know better than me.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're kind of at a standstill because it's really hard to get the like athletic department's attention, especially coming from like if I send an email to them, like really, why would they read it? You know what I mean? So we're in the process of just trying to do things that will get the athletic department's attention so we can show like, hey, we can be an NCAA sanctioned sport. Like we don't need many things to do it. We just need you guys to say, hey, like you're official, like we'll have you part of our university. So
So the UA,
it's a
go
waiting
ahead. I'm
game.
sorry. Oh,
I
it's
was
a
saying
waiting
it's just a
game.
waiting game right now.
So the UAA doesn't really do anything as far as helping flag football right now, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that and being honest. Because I was going to ask about that because I know you just mentioned in our previous interview that one of the players that's on your team now is going to Cal Poly to get an academic scholarship. We see that a lot with Division 3 schools where, in Division 3 they don't. give out scholarships with sports, but they do give out those academic scholarships. Do you feel like flag football is going to kind of go that way? I mean, we even see that in, big time sports at, University of Florida. I'm friends with a lot of the soccer players, and, there's so many scholarships, and then they do give out academic.
Yeah, I think especially it being like the first couple years of it being sanctioned as an NCAA sport, there will be like maybe three full scholarships that they can give out, and they might split that amongst players, and then the rest they'll try to pull academic scholarships for.
When we talk about like advertising the team, getting more fan support, I know you just stated earlier on that there's not really a lot of home games right now. But again, in time, I do feel like there will be. How do you personally get out the word of, hey, Swamp Bowl's coming up. We want to get as many people there. Or, you guys are going to be on ESPN playing University of Central Florida in a championship game people should watch. Is it just the Instagram, or is there other, people doing things around campus? I know the magazine that they just created over at the communications department did write a big article. You were involved in that.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, as you said, like our Instagram is our biggest like platform of like getting information out. I think we do try to use X too and Facebook to get a lot of our information out, but I think social media, since it's so big right now, that is the way to go when we're trying to get out like information about Swamp Bowl, information about joining our team, about it being on ESPN. So, and then also our coach Saunders knows a million of people. So he definitely spreads a lot of the information for us too.
So we want to kind of end the interview with some quick questions just to let the audience get to know a little bit about you. And again, if you just are tuning in, this is Mieke Rowe here on Fire Breathing Rob. She is the University of Florida flag football quarterback, number 8 on the field. Let's just, go through these questions fairly fast, but just give us some good answers. Your favorite food?
Oh goodness, chicken and waffles.
Okay, going Southern, very good. Okay, music.
Oh, I'm all over the place. Probably rap the most.
Well, give us an artist then.
Oh goodness, Drake or Glorilla.
All right, very good. Movies or movie.
I'm a big Marvel girl. I love all the Marvel movies.
Okay. Favorite restaurant in Gainesville.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I have to think about it. I love Dragonfly. Dragonfly is pretty good.
Okay. What do you hope to do after college ends?
Yeah, so I'm pre-physical therapy right now, so I plan to attend physical therapy school for 3 years and kind of be some kind of sports PT.
Does Florida have one of those schools or no?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
They
All right.
do.
So you might be sticking around there for more time. Now, let
I
me
hope so.
ask you this question. If you do get into Florida for that PT school, can you still play flag football? That's the question.
Yes, I think you have 6 years of NERSA
Wow.
eligibility. So obviously, like I'm gonna use all of those up if I possibly can.
All right, so we might still see you on the field. So senior year might be like a fake, phony year for you because you might still be playing 2 more years. You'll be like they did during COVID. Like there was guys playing like, and there still is
Yeah.
guys and women playing, and they're like 27 and they're still in there. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
anyways, favorite football team.
The Buccaneers.
Very good. All right. Quarterback.
Drew Brees.
Okay, so you do base your game on Brees, or that's your favorite quarterback,
I just think he's kind of my favorite quarterback. He's always been a great person and done so much for the community
right?
too, which I really appreciate.
Right, in New Orleans for sure.
Mhm.
What is your biggest accomplishment so far in flag football? Because you have done so many things and won so many awards.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think winning the national championships has been my biggest accomplishment, or winning the state championship, one of those.
Okay. And lastly, again, people can follow you on Instagram. I'd love for you to shout that out again. But how can people help the team? Obviously, I'm assuming that the athletic department's not giving you money for any kind of uniforms or anything like that.
We hold some type of drive, like a letter drive at the beginning of the year where you can just donate to our program, which obviously we appreciate so much. And then even just coming to Swamp Bowl, coming to show your appreciation towards us and support us. We always love seeing the fans.
All right, awesome. Hopefully there'll be more games next year at home. I don't know if they've pumped out the schedule yet. When do they put out the schedule?
Probably not until August, if like beginning of August.
Now, are you involved with the schedule? Is that Coach Saunders, or how does that all play out?
It's both of us. It's kind of we just try and schedule as many tournaments with other teams throughout like each semester. And
Yeah.
then yeah.
But are you mostly playing in Florida?
Yeah, for the most part we play in Florida. Usually our nationals are in some other state.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's fundraising to go to wherever that is, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else people should know besides that?
No, nothing but go Gators.
Go Gators. That's right. And if you could shout out the Instagram one more time, Mika, before we come to a
Yes.
close.
It's at UF Flag.
All right, at UF Flag, definitely check her out and the rest of the team as the ladies go into play next year. We will definitely been following them and try to give them as much publicity as we can. Again, Mieke Rowe, junior quarterback for your University of Florida flag football team, number 8. And she'll be kicking ass again and taking no prisoners next year with the rest of the ladies. And we hope for another national championship. That's the goal and the plan for Mieke and the ladies. Mieke, thanks so much for your time tonight.
Of course, I love being on here. Thank you.